I'm with Rob Peel, and we're at the North Star Studio in Brighton. This is your this is where you work?
Yeah, it's a cooperative studio. We're about 16 or 17 members, and there are areas for each discipline in printmaking. And this is where I do most of my work. I hardly ever work elsewhere, apart from collecting information through drawing and sometimes photographing. But generally through drawing is an A1. It's a very effective way of remembering experience. Not that that experience is visibly recognisable in my work, but there is a process, a number of processes that take me through a piece of work, and I have no idea at all initially what I'm looking for, what's going to happen. It sometimes starts with a very simple process of putting down a colour or shape. And then from there on in, it's either it's going to be successful or it's going to take a long time to lead to nothing. That's the problem. It's a little bit like watercolour painting. Once you've made the mark, it's there forever. It's very difficult covering out. Whereas with something like oil painting, you can change things around a little bit. You can scrape colour off the coat. That's basically it.
The picture behind you, is that a watercolour?
No, it's not. It's ink, printing intaglio ink on good quality paper.
And it's called the Black Barn.
Black Barn, yeah. We all have sessions, and mine tend to be landmarks, or my own landmarks, when I'm out walking, collecting information. And the Black Barn seem to crop up quite a lot in, and from time to time it seems to fit what I'm doing. I might use part of this building, the structure, because of its shape, its capacity to exist alongside something from somewhere else. So not everything I draw, collect, or remember is seen in its original context. It's often used in other work as well.
And who are your influences?
Well, it varies. I mean, in terms of working method, I'm quite interested in Peter Lanyon, but I mean, there are people in their 30s and 40s who I have great admiration for, like Nash, Borden, Revelius. It's quite odd, really, because my work has no connection with their work at all, but it may be something to do with the connection with the English landscape.
Right, Rob, can you tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to run this through the press with very light pressure and use a bit of gauze, which I got from the open market. They sponsored me by giving me sacking, and this may or may not give me a grain on the surface. It might just knock back some of the brightness of the colour.
What kind of press is this?
This is an intaglio press. It's an oil etching press. Ideal for monoprinting, which is what I tend to do. Now if I put this through, especially with a hard blanket, it'll press quite hard on the netting and give a good colour. I haven't inked this up, but I just want to show how this process works. I'll just run it back through again. So.
this is Mount Caburn. Could you tell us how the ideas come about?
Well, like most of my work, it tends to come from experience through walking and sitting around a lot of the time, just kind of contemplating things. And the more you do that, the more you tend to build up a register of images and symbols, things that can be translated, distorted, or hinted at. Yeah, a lot of it's sort of sitting around with this sketchbook, making very rudimentary notes, very rarely drawing in great detail, but usually trying to form some kind of emblematic sense of things.
And how does the process start?
Well, I think that, like this one for example, probably started with a single colour across the whole page. Sometimes it's a good thing to do that. It kind of takes away the fear. Interestingly, the inks I use are very strong colours. So that I tend to use a medium which will reduce the strength of colour and allow you to get veils of transparent colour on top of each other, which is quite convenient. They become what they have. Not just them, but all the work I've done becomes what it is because you learn so much from experimenting with different things, from making different marks. I quite like using gauze or sacking or netting as a means of getting a block of colour or a block of some sort of quality,
right,
which is different from other qualities in the work. And using the press, which you tend not to do, you can use different pressures, which will give you a different kind of impression.
Where did you study printmaking?
Well, I didn't actually. When I was a student in Birmingham, London, I studied fine art. I was painting, and I fell into this by accident. One of my old tutors suggested I come along to the print studio at college and do some more.
So how long? Sorry, how long have you been exhibiting in the open houses?
Around about 10, 12 years. Various houses.
And what will you be this year?
I'll be at Southampton, New Haven, at the Old Forge.
Right. And these pictures will be on show there, will they?
Probably, one of them at least.
Yeah.
Depends if I get any more finished.
Okay. Thanks, Robert.
Okay.